Okay, what we got here is a locomotive truck that I drew, and it's got a couple unique features. Looking at it it's round, bearing journals, wheels, bolster springs. Notice the air cylinders right there. 2 air cylinders, which are for charging. And then we have our bolster springs. We'll show you, this is a sketch I did, a 2D drawing. It was for Professor Plan's class. I designed it, and this was May 26, 2022. You can see we have a gear rack using the drawing and typical truck bearing journals. What we have here is your ABDX, which I didn't draw. You can see the bearing, the piping instrument diagram here, and the 2 tanks and the cylinders. There are 4 ABD valves, 2 pressure relief valves, and 4 angle glad hands. And this would be a cross section. Now let's look at the truck. Okay, we're going to zoom out. We can roll around in here. You got right in here, you got your brake valve from the rod, and you can replace that with the little clip here that goes in this side right here. So easy brake removal. And then right behind it you can see the gearbox, but there's the bolster springs. And then like this right here would be this thin layer right here is an elliptical. And then the center plate on the top, 3.5 inch build-up weld. Bearing journals have bearing cups and everything. I might show that in a different drawing. Let's go through the top, through the drawing. This is what it looks like from the top, and then we'll move from the left to the right. Okay, and over there, a lot of symmetry helps. And then to the back, and then the bottom. So there's what the bottom looks like. The tracks are a little bit off. Now let's see if I can't show you the gearbox. We're gonna take this brake reserve, and we're gonna hide it. Actually, I was on the wrong brake reserve. Well, I don't know why it's not letting me. We'll go to a sketch plane. There's a lot of work in here, goes there. As you can see, there's kind of the gearbox in the middle. We'll roll out if you can see it. There's the gearbox in the middle. You can see that it rotates to the left, to the right. Then the bolster springs, that's even weighted on both sides, and they touch the traction brake pad rigging, and that's on both side bolsters. What I did here was I just made a simple take. We'll put that back. So basically the brakes, there's going to be a path from this inner one, this inner one, this inner one, and then through the center, through that gear slot, and then it's going to push the gears to the left or the right on the spring, applying the brakes. And then you have your bolster. I don't know if that's enough bolster springs. And here's a small little beam here The rest of the bolsters on, springs on to take off the shock. I don't know why I did such a I did like a tabletop centerpiece, but like, might put some mounting screws in here, but other than that, it's all done. Let's see if we can't do a section view of it. Like, alright. And we're gonna roll it through, like, as we're coming up around the bolster, you start to see the springs over here, the bearing journal cases, and they come out of the axle, and then it goes into, it shows the tank and the bolster springs, and the gears being drawn, the gearbox being drawn, and then it goes into the rest of the brakes and the bearing journals, and then out the end. Alright. And that is part of this drawing. So it's a brake rodless truck, so you can have a car without brake rods. It's done all in the bolsters. Plus you could cut the tanks off and charge half a car or whatever. For simple, I did suggest a ratchet wheel, which I was in my other drawing, and then maybe a hook, so the ratchet wheel catches. But on the other hand, I think a simple brake valve, globe valve, like a rotary air valve globe will suffice. If you cut off the right pipe to the brake rigging, then you'd also have the brakes applied in position. Thank you.